Hey to all of my beautiful ladies. Thank you for tuning in to another Single Woman Talk with me, Annette C. I just wanted to say, so the other day I was out and when I got home, I received a DM from someone. And I'm like, what? I don't usually pay attention. Like I don't keep my notifications on, so I don't really pay attention to like my DMs or anything like that. And but this time, like I just happened to be scrolling, so it popped up on my screen, or like while I was in the app, and it was from this guy that I used to go to school with years ago. And I was like, I barely spoke to the, like we barely spoke. I used to see him like in passing, but we barely spoke. And in the message he was like, hey, I saw you. Actually he was like, I've been seeing you in the morning waiting for the train. I'm assuming that you work whatever, but every day I've been watching you, and you are just still, the same as you were in high school. Very beautiful. You carry yourself well. You're very polite. You just have something about you that is just, always been different. And I just wanted to say, like, it was good seeing you, and it's good to know that you still kept up with yourself, and you're still the same person how you were when we went to school, And I was just so shocked, because it wasn't like he said, I saw you yesterday. This guy has been watching me, and I know what he was talking about. Like, he's been seeing me for days or weeks or whatever, and never said anything, but's been watching me. And for him to be able to make that observation, I was just like, wow. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you never think about who is watching you, but there's people that actually watch you and see you. And this goes back to the video that I made, a week or two ago, when I talked about your character. Like, you are who you are when there's nobody around, or when there's everyone around. Like, you are who you are. And for him, the guy, to be like, seeing me and just watching me, he never came up to me, never told me that he was around or, anything, but just observing me, just to see how I am. And for him to be like, what, you're still the same person, like respectful, because that's who I am. That is who I am, whether I know that you're watching me or I'm not. And I just thought about that, and I'm like, what, a lot of times we're not conscious of that. Any things that we do when we go out of our house, there's people that see you. And sometimes they don't say anything to you, but they'll watch and see how you treat other people, or how you are. When you're driving in your car, are you cursing people out? Are you cutting people off? When you're in a grocery store, are you being rude to the workers, or are you being rude to the people on the line? When you're doing different things, like how are you treating people? And not just that, how are you carrying yourself? Are you loud and obnoxious? Or are you, respectful? And we don't think about stuff like that. Like, we don't think about how people watch you, and that can affect a lot of things. Like, especially for me as a coach, I'm being a coach, and I'm here to assist single millennial women. How is that gonna look if somebody, like the guy said, he's been watching me? How would that look if he said to me, I saw you and you were rude to the people on the train when we were on our way to work, or you had like this evil face when you were standing there, like you just looked like you were mad at the world? How would that look for me? I want to spread love, and I want to help people, and I don't, how would that look if I'm sitting there evil, and I'm looking like I'm mad at the world, and don't talk to me, don't bother me, like don't say nothing to me? But from that, it just taught me a lesson to just always make sure that I am, just being the person that I am, You know, I can't even sit here and say to be anything other than who I am, you know, because that's just me, you know. And I'm so grateful that God made me this way. I used to always like complain and be like, God, why did you make me? Like, I used to feel like I was so nice and kind-hearted and pure-hearted, and I'm like, why did you make me this way? But now I'm just so happy he made me this way, because I don't have to put on a front to nobody. I don't have to be anything other than who I am, who he made me to be. Because just like I got that DM from that guy, and he was like, Annette, like, I've been watching you. I've been watching you for days, for weeks, for months, whatever. And he's like, you still the same person. You still carry yourself in a great way. Like, in it, you know, like, you still dress nice. You still keep up with yourself. You still look good. You still, you know, have just a nice person, you know, like, and that's why I said, like, imagine if I just had a nasty attitude or like a mean face or anything like that. Like, just imagine, you know, that message would probably be totally different. And so I just got on just to tell you guys to just, you know, keep in mind whenever you leave out your house, people are always watching you. You know, they're always watching you. They're watching to see how you react to other people, how you treat other people, how you carry yourself, you know, and all of these things do matter. You know, they do matter. And I'm not telling you to be something that you're not, but I'm just telling you to be yourself. And if there are things inside of you that make you be, are making you to be like a mean person, or to, you know, do things that doesn't make you look in a good light, then work on that. Work on those things, because it's apparent. People watch and they won't say nothing to you because they want to see the real you. They want to see you when you don't think that they're watching. You know, they want to see that. So, you know, that is what I wanted to come on here to say. Just be careful and just make sure, you know, that you're continuously working on yourself. You're being kind to people. You know, you're being nice to people. You're carrying yourself in a great light. You know, especially being kind to your own self. You know, all of that matters. All of that matters. So, that is what I wanted to say. I also wanted to say that I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of your support. I'm going to continue to pray for each and every one of you guys, because I want you to be great, to do great, to look great, to be your best, you know, and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, I'm going to continue to pray for you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.